of time as we're underway here in Week 13. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, let's get in that run. Watch twist. Watch gun.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On second down now, it's Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Cousins gives way to Cook, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line.
First down, Minnesota.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, it's Cook. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack.
Third down. Third and long.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here third and long. Third and long for Cousins. And this one to Treadwell, complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's fourth down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
First down 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20.
Check 13.
Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, here's Penny. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
4 down.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He finds an opening past the 40. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. As they finally wrangle him in at the 48. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
And that's good.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Seahawks nothing.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes out.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, it's Penny. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Okay, long game for you. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Joker, 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 joker. Watch the safety creep. Switch, switch, switch. Sponge, sponge, sponge. Gun.
On second down now, it's Grant. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Penny, a first down carry. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
36. Alert.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, and they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And he's got his target. That's more. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
That's another Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pack.
Penny hit, and the ball is jarred free. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. They pick up 11 in addition to moving the chains. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Hey, watch it, watch it. Off. Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson, that's caught by Penny. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. It'll be a 2-yard gain. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Wilson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check it back. Switch gears. Undercross.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run on 1st down. Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the carry, it's Cook. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, we're good.
Now Cousins. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. They get it to him running left. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think the 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Bailey's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Play action. It's Wilson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Throwing is Wilson. And he fires one incomplete. David Moore, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Wilson defers to Penny here on the draw. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He's got Lockett. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Penny. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A 2nd down carry for Procise. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw is Wilson. That's to his running back, complete. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Quit talking about it and bring it. My 14, my 14. Silver.
On 1st down, Wilson. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Wilson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They run it again with Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brings up 3rd down.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. On 1st down, it's Cook. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
SOS, SOS. Wide, get wide. Switch it.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cook, and he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Here's Cousins. That's caught by Treadwell. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the eye. Show it up. Check.
On the ground, it's Cook. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
I'm going to hit you all day.
And it's 3rd down.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And his kick is through. It is good. Dan Bailey, the hero as time expires. And it'll be a fun time in the Twin Cities tonight. The Vikings win it. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Vikings, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, this could hurt in the race for home field advantage as they drop to 10-2 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.